Thank you all. I am back with another YouTube video. It's been a minute. I actually started this channel at the top of the year and I fell off, if I'm being honest. But I'm back. And as you know, if you've been to this channel before, the goal of my channel is really to just highlight and showcase small local businesses and small brands. I do focus on minority-owned, but I share all businesses across New York and broader. And so I wanted to switch up my channel a little bit because, I was getting a little stale. 4 videos in and I was like, it's not working out. So I wanted to try something new and I wanted to bring you guys something a little bit different. I spend a lot of time frequenting businesses all around New York and everywhere I go when I travel. And so I have come to acquire some favorite locations. And so we are currently at one of them today and I'm interviewing the owner and founder of Hibiscus Brew, Allison Dunn. And yes, and so I'm excited for her to just kind of have a casual conversation. I want to talk to her, we're going to answer some questions, and just kind of get to know more about the Hibiscus Brew brand. This video actually stemmed from a very, mildly controversial TikTok that I put out, and so we're going to address that as well. And I'll include a clip here so you can see it. It's out there, so it is what it is. But let's just jump into it. So I wanted to stop by, kind of talk to you, meet you, hear a little bit about your background and kind of how you started Hibiscus Brew. How did this come to life?
This actually was born out of the pandemic. I know it was weird to start a business then, but we saw an opportunity and we also felt that the community needed something like this as we were all going through so many emotions during the pandemic, and I really just wanted to create a spot that sparks joy and can also feed the community through wellness nutrition. So having this was kind of a no-brainer. As much as it was not thought of before, it's something that I definitely saw the opportunity for, jumped right in. But I must say, I have been working out of cafes and stuff before. So yeah, so I thought I definitely wanted something like this, but I had no plan, no business plan, no moves to do it. It just happened and I was able to open something within 2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. How does that happen? 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. From the time I live in this community, first and foremost, I love it here. And Flatbush is home to me. So another thing I must say that I love this community. I always wanted to own something here, but again, didn't really thought of it. So when I saw that this cafe, there was a cafe before that was here. When I saw that that was for sale, I said to myself, oh, I would love that. But I came in, I totally redid it. I created a new menu. I knew nothing about running this type of business. As much as I'm an entrepreneur, this is just a different space to me. And I just feed off that the things that I love as a person, the things that I think the community would love and enjoy. And I gradually just built out the space. I mean, it was not how it's looking right now. It was not here on day one, but definitely the pandemic saved us in a bit where I didn't have to build out the entire thing because we were just doing grab and go. So yeah, so I did build out the bar. We didn't have everything all together, but I think over the first year, we slowly and surely built everything out, and it's here today, and I'm like so proud of where we are, and we look forward to the future.
That's amazing. So you spoke about nutrition and kind of feeding your body and putting the right things in your body. So we have a few things here. I'm a fan. No, I'm just going to say it right now. The hibiscus smoothie, my favorite. Okay, but I wanted to try something new this morning. 2 things that I've never gotten before. I actually got the mojito lemonade. I've already sipped it. I was going to do a taste test live. I'm not even going to lie and pretend like this is my first time. I took a sip right before we started recording. It's so good. It's really refreshing. Now, if you think this is about to be, the mojito that you get at the bar, it's not that. But it has just a very light, refreshing taste. It's perfect. And I actually don't really drink lemonade like that because it's usually it has a lot of sugar. I don't think there's much sugar in this.
No.
There can't be. Because I'm drinking this. And if it was a lot of sugar, I'd be like, maybe not.
Yeah, we want to be low in sugar over here, and we also sweeten everything with agave. So,
it's just right. Now, if you are trying to be healthier, you're trying to find healthier options, I think this is the way to go. This isn't your mom's Kool-Aid, her lemonade that she's making at home. Okay, because we know what that tastes like. This is not that. This is a much better alternative. Very good. Very good. Excuse me. And then I also got. Okay, I want to make sure I'm using the right right name. So this was the berry bowl. Oh, I'm making a mess. Okay, so goji berries, granola, and mixed berries in the. Now I'm honest. Now we'll see. Let's see. I like those. So I've never had goji berries.
It's so delicious. That crunch, like, it really elevates the flavor of everything.
Very good. Now I actually don't. Okay. So kind of the crux of your menu, hibiscus. Kind of, did you always know that was kind of the vision, or how did you kind of start there and you're like, okay, we kind of want to build it around hibiscus?
Well, for me, as I was thinking about the brand and what we want to stand for mainly, which is sparking joy, I wanted anything that I do to pay homage to my island of Jamaica. So just thinking about it, the best thing I could come up with is that feeling that we normally get around the holiday time when we have sorrel. So sorrel plays a very vital role in the culture. We have it around the holiday time, everyone is happy, and that's the feeling that I want to sprinkle here in Brooklyn all year round. So it was a no-brainer to have hibiscus as the staple here, and it's from home. I wanted to create my menu around things that reminded me of home. The storefront here is very tropical because, again, it reminds me of home. So I really wanted to bring a slice of the Caribbean to Brooklyn, and I've been doing that through our sorrel beverage, which what we call sorrel is what a lot of people know as hibiscus roselle. So that words is how I came up with hibiscus brew.
Okay. So as I mentioned, this kind of started because I did a TikTok. I go around New York making TikToks of small businesses that I frequent, and I just started recording. And I do the voiceovers later. And so 2 things that I mentioned in my video, which is kind of why we're here today, were, well, first, sorrow.
Yes.
Is that okay? So that's how you
sorrel.
say it.
Yes.
Sorrow.
Not sorrel.
I was confident, okay, in the video saying sorrel. And
a lot of people do it. A lot of people who have never heard of it do say sorrel or sorrel, and we're like, hi, it's sorrel.
I mean, from the comments, I thought it was just me. Like, I would have no idea. I was like, wait, have I actually never heard anybody say it? And that must have been it. I just have seen it before, and I was like, oh, sorrel. But it's sorrow.
Yes,
Sorrow. Okay. Okay. And then something else that I said in my video, and thank you for bringing up your Jamaican heritage. I said that hibiscus means, or sorrel, which we now know is sorrow, means hibiscus in Jamaican. So that's not accurate. Well, one, Jamaican is our language. If you don't know that, let's just start there. But secondhand, it's all the way incorrect.
All the way incorrect.
Okay. So where does it come from? What does it actually mean, if it has the meaning outside of, as you said, hibiscus?
Yes, so what we call, so you have the Jamaican sorrel drink, which is this.
Okay.
Sorrel is really, it's a plant, and it's from the hibiscus family. So the same plant that has the blossom that we call sorrel, a lot of people know it as hibiscus roselle. So those blossoms that is on the plant, that's what we steep to make this drink, and then we add all of those spices, and that's pretty much what the drink is that we enjoy in the Caribbean. A lot of Caribbean people are very familiar with what this is. I think people here, they know of hibiscus tea. Again, it's the same blossoms that you use to make that drink is what they use to make the tea.
Okay.
So that's, I think some people don't know that. That was new information to me. I recently realized, because what we call hibiscus in Jamaica, or what I know to be hibiscus, is another hibiscus plant, but I didn't realize that this plant too, it opens up into a hibiscus flower. So if you do the research and you type in hibiscus roselle, you'll realize it's the same plant that we refer to as sorrel.
Okay. So you make your own sorrel.
Yes.
And so this is it. And you just explained the process. How long does this take to make? Like, what's the full...
Without giving out any secrets from my mom, my mom does make the sorrel here on premises.
Oh, that's how you know
but
it's okay. She said her mom makes
My mom makes the sorrel. It's really delicious. But it definitely goes through a process where we want to steep it and let it sit for a few days. So all the flavors are coming through, and even after we make it, we bottle it and age it for a few weeks before giving it to the consumer. So you can really taste all the flavor, all the spices. And one thing about the sorrel that makes it different from other people, we try to go very low on sugar. We actually want to cater to people that don't want something too sweet but still enjoy the taste. It's very low in sugar and calories. 3 simple ingredients. So ginger, water, and the sorrel.
Okay.
We keep it super fresh. It's really tasty, and you can sip it like wine and just enjoy all the nutritional benefits that this drink gives.
Yes. And so I've had sorrel before I came here, but it's really good, y'all. And maybe I hadn't had it in a while. I don't know what it was. And I don't really know how to describe it. I mean, you just shared the ingredients, and I feel like to some extent you can kind of taste all of those things in it. But it's just different. And for somebody like me who doesn't really like wine like that, this is perfect. It makes a great gift. I think you guys,
how we do it normally in the Caribbean, we can add like red wine or a little rum. Here we don't do that, but you're free to do that. But if you are sober curious and just want to stay alcohol free, you can enjoy it by itself, or you can just mix it up with whatever you like. But just to tell you what it tastes like, it's similar to cranberry or pomegranate juice.
that's good.
Yes, and it has a sweet but tart flavor with a citrusy bite and a little floral taste. So it's really just a very good and tasty drink. But if you want to compare it to something,
So what's next? I mean, I imagine that this does really well here. What are the plans long term?
so the plan long term is definitely to get this in big grocery stores like Whole Foods and make sure that I can serve a wider audience, because people do love it, and when people travel to visit the store, they want to take a bottle back home with them. So it's available online for shipping, but I also want to get it in grocery stores and other different places.
Okay. So I know that you worked with the Brownstone Boys on redecorating the space, and they did an amazing job.
I love Brownstone Boys.
Okay, so they're as great as we think they are.
They
on
are.
you. Okay.
They
look
are.
like a great time. Okay.
They are just the best people to work
Yeah.
with. They definitely understood the assignment.
Okay.
And I have been a big admirer of their work, and they definitely came in, told them the vision, and all I had to do was just sit back, relax, and they just worked.
I love that. Because if you've ever done any renovations, I'm a wannabe DIYer. It's not fun. It's not fun moving around construction. Like, it's not a good time. So I'm glad to hear that they made it enjoyable.
They did.
Okay.
It was so fun. Jordan and Barry are like the best, and I really enjoyed my experience. They just make it seem so seamless, and yeah, just amazing people to work with.
Well, as an entrepreneur, because you said you have a couple other ventures, I want to talk about one of your other ventures. You are also an author. All right, so let's address that as well. And so you recently wrote a children's book.
Yes, I did.
Tell us a little bit about this. And it might be co-authored, so I'm not sure. Relative, same last name.
Well, that's my son. He's now 5.
Oh, okay. It's called generational wealth. That's what it's giving. Okay.
Yes.
You and your son co-wrote a book.
Yes, and from my other business, New Roots, which is a home organizing business, basically teaching people to turn their clutter into joy, I realized from a very early age that my son Keeson, at 2, actually 18 months, he was actually organizing. Putting his socks together, putting them in the laundry bin.
Oh, it wasn't me.
Cleaning up, getting his toys together by category. And I thought to myself, oh wow, it looks like the only thing I do is organize, because the inspiration behind the book. And I started writing that book around when he was 2. We got it published when he was 3. Now he reads the book. Well, he understands what the pictures are saying, but it's really good for him to see himself in a storybook. I mean, there's not a lot, there are now, but like growing up, I didn't have a lot of books with kids that look like me. So this is his journey. He loves talking about his book. He loves talking about organizing. And quite frankly, a lot of parents come up to me all the time telling me how much their kids enjoy the story and how they can get their kids to clean up, organize just by reading this book. So for that, I am so grateful that I could make a positive impact on other people.
Everybody could probably benefit from this because I have been over some people's houses and I'm like, did you even try, to clean before I came over? And, I grew up, you clean before, you have somebody come over to clean if that's what you're on. So, Keeson is having company. This book, is it only available here? Can you buy it online?
No, it's available. It's available here. You can get it in the cafe, but if not, it's also available on Amazon.
Okay.
You can also find it online in other
support Amazon on this channel, but for good reason. You can find it on Amazon. Okay, it's okay to shop Amazon when you're supporting small, local, minority-owned projects. Okay, yeah, just caveat that.
Okay. Or you can get it on my website. It's also online at Target, Barnes and Nobles. You can get it online on those platforms.
We are considering doing something similar. I think we all see on social media, entrepreneurship looks so glamorous, right? I work a 9 to 5, all right, and
so when you start a business, just know that it moves from a 9 to 5 to like 24 hours a day.
And that's what they say. And I'm always fascinated when people say, I want to work for myself. I'm like, you will be working for yourself, and you're always going to have customers, clients that you work for as well.
It's just a different vibe. It is rewarded as much as it's challenging, and I think if we're going to start a business, we have to go in for the right reasons and not just for the money, because people will tell you all the time that the first years of business is very rough, and it does take money to run a business. So if you're going in thinking that I'm going to start making money immediately, that might not be the case. So you have to have other motivations to go into the business, because when you do meet on those hard days, you have something to really push you, to drive you, to say, this is why I'm doing this is why I'm here. And it's hard work. Like, if you want to have something successful, there are no shortcuts. There are no skipping corners. You have to put in the work, because no one else is going to care about your business the way you do, and you have to have that clear vision. And there's a lot that is required, especially if you're doing a brick-and-mortar place. In New York, there is so many things, but just be ready for the journey and be ready for the challenges. I love it. I have good days as well. I have bad days, but for me, getting up every day and serving my customers definitely brings me joy. So I wouldn't have it any other way. As challenging as it can be, it's also very rewarding, because when people come and they tell you how much of a difference you're making in their lives and the difference you're making in the community, that's special. And I love that I'm able to pour back into this community. I live here, I love it, and just have all,
and it shows. And I think that means a lot to the neighborhood, and everybody feels it.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate your time today, Allison. Make sure you come visit Hibiscus Brew in Brooklyn. As I mentioned, it's a place that you kind of just have to come. I don't know if you do deliveries.
We do. We're online. We're on Grubhub. Or you can order directly from our website.
Okay.
Which goes through the square, and you have different delivery platforms that you can choose from.
Okay. But there's nothing like coming in person. They have some seasonal options.
Yes,
like
we have the soft serve ice cream. Come and get it. It's seasonal. It will not be here in the winter, so I think it's something that people should try this summer.
Okay. Next on my list as well. Thank you, Allison. I appreciate the time.
Thank you.